Hello, everyone at ALBC. Reverend Peter Fast here again. We are going to continue with the story of Purim, the story of Esther. I have my fancy little Megillah here, and we're going to open it up, and we are going to start in chapter 1. Now, as a little side note, I thought about wearing the centurion helmet. It's pretty heavy, and it kind of falls down a little bit on my face, so I'm wearing my little leprechaun hat here. Hope you enjoy it. So let's go to chapter 1. King Ahasuerus he's the big man. He's ruling over 127 provinces of Persia and Media in the capital of Shushan, and he holds a splendorous feast. He has all of his chums and friends come to this big banquet. The wine is flowing, good food, quality food. His queen, her name is Vashti, and she holds her own feast for the women of the court in the royal house. In chapter 1, verse 9, Vashti the queen also made a feast for the women in the royal house of King Ahasuerus. Now, King Ahasuerus is probably, if he was to take a breathalyzer, he probably can't walk the straight line. He calls for Vashti to come and show off her beauty. And it says to bring Vashti the queen before the king, wearing the royal crown to show off to the people and the officials her beauty, for she was foxy. No, that doesn't say that. She was beautiful to look upon. Now, if you didn't catch it once, here it is a second time. She is to come to this feast and wearing the royal crown. The hint, she's supposed to only wear the royal crown, okay? Not the nicest invitation for your wife, the queen of your home, to come before your friends. Basically, she is supposed to dance in the nude, wearing only a crown before the king's friends. She refuses and offends the king greatly in front of all the officials. Vashti, long story short, is deposed. She would have basically been killed, put to death, which poses a serious problem for the king. Now he needs a new queen. And in chapter 2, we're introduced to Mordecai. There we go, Mordecai. Okay, I'm going to try not to do that too many times because these are only 5-minute videos. Okay, so chapter 2, verse 5. There was a Jewish man in Shushan, the capital, whose name was Mordecai, son of Yair, son of Shimi, son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been exiled from Jerusalem along with the exiles who had been exiled with Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had exiled. And he had reared Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, since she had neither father nor mother. The girl was finely featured and beautiful, and when her father and mother had died, Mordecai adopted her as his daughter. So then basically Ahasuerus gets rid of Vashti, and which leaves this vacuum that needs to be filled. I need a new queen. Mordecai has his adopted niece as his daughter, and the king holds basically like a pageant, and who's going to be my new queen? Mordecai encourages Esther to kind of join. She is instructed. She puts on her best dress, makeup. She goes into this pageant, and the king falls madly in love with her. Actually, he recognizes her beauty above all the other girls. She joins his harem. She becomes the next queen. And now this is really an upgrade, a promotion. And it says in chapter 2, verse 16, Esther was taken to King Ahasuerus into his palace in the 10th month, which is the month of Teves, in the 7th year of his reign. The king loved Esther more than all the women, and she won more of his grace and favor than all the other girls, so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen in place of Vashti. And then he holds this huge banquet. Then we're introduced to Haman, boo, in chapter 3. And Haman basically wants to suck up to the king. And this is where his hatred of the Jewish people comes up, because Mordecai will not bow down to Haman, and the plot thickens.